Hello viewers! Welcome to our 8th and last video lesson. In this video lesson, you are going to learn how to solve problems involving oblique triangle. This video, we're going to tackle about oblique triangle. So, what is an oblique triangle? As I've mentioned in our past lessons, an oblique triangle is a triangle that doesn't consist or doesn't have any right angle. So, in solving oblique triangles or in solving problems involving oblique triangles, the law of sine and the law of cosine are used. So, the law of sine, which includes sine A over A is equal to sine B over B is equal to sine C over C, or the reciprocal form of these formulas, which is A over sine A is equal to B over sine B is equal to C over sine C. So the law of sines can be used in solving a triangle when we know any of the following, which is one side and two angles, or A as A, or A as, or two sides and an angle opposite of these sides, which is S as A. So two sides and involving one angle. Next is the law of cosine, which involves A squared is equal to B squared plus C squared minus 2BC cos A, for the B squared is equal to A squared plus C squared minus 2AC cos B, and for the C squared is A squared plus B squared minus 2AB cos C. And this is how we are going to solve for the law of cosine when finding the sides of a certain triangle. And in finding the angles of the law of cosine, we're going to use cos A is equal to B squared plus C squared minus A squared all over 2BC. For in solving cos B, we're going to use A squared plus C squared minus B squared all over 2AC. In solving cos C, we're going to use A squared plus B squared minus C squared all over 2AB. So, the law of cosine is used in solving triangles when given two sides and the included angle, or SAS, or three sides, which is SSS, or side. So this is our example number 1. So in solving problems involving oblique triangle, the first step to do is to solve for the angle opposite to the longest side, which is the 15 meters. So first, we need to identify the problem. So the problem in this triangle is there are three cousins, which is Gabe, Carl, and Ellie. They went to Paris to answer their math exercises in their module. Each one chose a part of Paris where to stay as shown in this illustration. So Gabe is at the Eiffel Tower, Carl is at the Louvre Museum, and Ellie is at the Seine. So the question is, what is the measure of angle A, angle B, and angle C, since this given triangle is SSS? So, as I've said earlier, that the first step to do is to solve for the measure of the angle opposite to the longest side. So since the longest side is 15 meters, and the angle opposite to 15 meters is C, so we need to solve for the measure of angle C. So in solving the measure of angle C, just like I've said earlier, the formula for angle C is cos C is equal to A squared plus B squared minus C squared all over 2AB. Next is to substitute given values. So let's just copy the capital C because it's unknown. The value of A is 8 so squared plus the value of B is 11 squared
minus the value of side C is 15 squared all over 2 multiplied by A. The value of A is 8, and the value multiplied by the value of B, which is 11. So the next step is to put this in your calculator. 8 squared plus 11 squared minus 15 squared all over 2 times 8 times 11, or 2 multiplied by 8 multiplied by 11. So if you're going to put this on your calculator, you will achieve this number, or this value, which is negative 0.2273. But since there is no angle with this kind of value, the next thing that we are going to do is to put or to push the shift in your calculator. Next, if you already push the button shift, push the button or the cos button. So if you push this two, it will result to this. So you can see this on your calculator's screen. After you achieve this cos negative 1 raised to the power of negative 1 or something, you were going to put the value that you're going to solve. So cos negative 1 multiplied by 0.2273, and you're going to achieve this answer. Cos C is equal to 103.14 degrees. So this is the value of our angle C, which is 103.14 degrees. So next is to solve for the remaining two angles. So the remaining two angles are angles B and A. So it's up to you if what angle you're going to solve first. So first I'm going to solve for the angle A. So we're going to use if we're going to solve, or in solving problems involving a triangle, we can use the law of cosine or the law of sine. But this time we are going to use the law of sine. So if we're going to use the law of sine to find the value of angle A, we're going to use the formula sine A over A is equal to, since the only angle that has a measure here or a value is angle C, so we're going to use angle C over C. Next is substitute the given values. So sine A, just copy the sine A because it's unknown. Measure of side A is 8, equal to measure of sine C is 103.14 degrees over the measure of side C is 15 meters. Next is to cross multiply. If we cross multiply these equations, we're going to achieve this equation. Sine A is equal to 8 sine 103.14 degrees all over 15. So if we're going to put this on our calculator, we're going to achieve this kind of answer. So the next step is to put this equation in your calculator, but don't put this kind of equation right away. You need to push the shift button, because if we're going to find for the value of an angle, we need to push the shift button plus the ratio that you are using. So the ratio that we're using is sine. So if you're going to push shift plus sine, you're going to achieve this ratio of sine negative 1. So if you're going to put sine negative, the sine negative 1 shows up at your calculator screen, you're going to put these on your calculator also. 103.14 degrees all over 15. So it will result to 31.29 degrees. And this is the value of our angle A. So angle A is at 1.29 degrees here. So since we've already solved for two angles in the theorem of the triangle, if there are two given angles and there is only one unknown value of an angle, we're going to use the triangle sum theorem, wherein A plus B plus C is equal to 180 degrees. So we need to substitute the given values from this triangle. A is 31.29 degrees, B is unknown, so let's just copy the capital B, and the value of C is 103.14 degrees, so equal to 180 degrees. So next is to add these two. So 31.29 degrees plus 103.14 degrees is equivalent to 134.43 degrees is equal to 180 degrees. So since we're looking for the value of angle B, we need to transpose this to the right side of 180 degrees. So we're going to have b is equal to 180 degrees minus 134.43 degrees. Subtract 180 by 134.43 degrees, and we're going to achieve the. If we're going to subtract 180 by 134.43 degrees, we're going to achieve this value of 45.57 degrees. And that is our third and last angle, 45.57 degrees. And that is our example number 1 for oblique triangle.